So 496, class number 496, Paula Eisenbach, RK. Paula Eisenbach has just settled back into her flat in Heidelberg. She's just settled back. She has just returned to her flat in Heidelberg. Yes, she's been away for 3 weeks. She's been away for 3 weeks. She's been away for 3 weeks during the Christmas break. During the Christmas break from the university. Yes, from the 20th, similar to here, the Christmas break in Spain, from about the 20th of December to the 7th or 8th of January. So she's been away for 3 weeks, and 2 of those 3 weeks she spent in the Canary Islands with her parents, and the final week back in Munich in her home with her parents back in Munich. But right now, well, just a few minutes ago, just earlier, she was driving. She drove. She has her own car. She drove from Munich to Heidelberg. And as she was driving to Heidelberg, she was thinking, or she kept thinking, escucha, mientras viajaba, o conducía, as she was driving to Heidelberg from Munich, she was thinking about Tom Sanders. Perfecto inglés. Estaba pensando en Tom Sanders. Pero aquí dice, she kept thinking. ¿Qué significa eso? No paraba, es que no podía dejar de pensar. Por eso se hace keep en vez de was. She kept thinking about Tom Sanders, the American boy she had worked with on the Disney drawings. You remember the drawings for Disney Corporation. She had turned down an invitation. He invited her. You remember. She met Tom in class because she's studying graphic arts. You remember, artes gráficas. Paula is studying graphic arts, and so is Tom. So they met each other in class, and Tom liked Paula. You know, we have a picture of Paula. I think we have a picture of Paula here. We can find a picture of Paula Eisenbach. She's a cutie. Cutie means, nope, I don't have a picture of Paula. Yes, I do. I have a big picture of Paula here, somewhere. If I can find it, let me find a picture of Paula. Let's try. Let me see if I can find a picture of Paula. Where are you, Paula Eisenbach? Natasha Zarakovich. Wow, a lot of very attractive people here. And Ines Garcia, Michael Johnson, Denise Johnson, Pierre Monet, Aki Morita, Luigi Barghini. I can't find Paula. Where are you, Paula? Here she is. La última. Paula. She's attractive, isn't she? Yeah. She's very slim, young. She has freckles. Can you see? Can you see the freckles? Yeah? Okay, she has freckles. She's carrying her books. All right. She has blue eyes and blonde hair. That's Paula. Now, Tom Sanders, the first day he saw Paula in the classroom, he said, I like her. And she's studying graphic arts. Well, maybe I have a pretext and say, hi, Paula. My name's Tom Sanders. I'm from San Diego, California. And because of my connections in California, I have a contract with Walt Disney Corporation to draw cartoon characters for their movies. But I need help. Would you like to help me? And she said yes. Now, Tom is a very good artist, better than Paula. And so Paula realized that she could learn a lot working with Tom. And so she agreed, and Tom paid her to draw because Disney paid him. And so with Paula, they worked more quickly, or they worked faster. And so, but then at one moment, Tom said to Paula, listen, would you like to come with me to San Diego during the Christmas holidays? Would you like to come with me to San Diego, to fly from Germany to California? And Paula was a bit surprised and said, I don't know. She said, I'll think about it. She said, I'll think about it. You remember? Me lo pensaré. Bueno, déjame, me lo pienso y te digo mañana. I'll think about it and get back to you tomorrow. I'll think about it and tell you tomorrow or answer you tomorrow. And she talked to her parents. Her father said, well, it's your decision, Paula. You're an adult now. You're 22 years old. And the mother said, you don't know this boy very well. So the mother was skeptical. The father was a typical father. All right. But she finally decided no. And she said no. And Tom got angry. And he said, I don't want to work with you anymore. So she stopped going to Tom's apartment. But within a few days, Tom started following her on the campus. She saw Tom everywhere on the campus of the University of Heidelberg. She noticed Tom. And so he was not directly harassing, acosando directamente no, pero siguiéndola, not directly harassing her. To harass, con H, harass, to harass is acosar. But he was following her, and she was worried about that. Her flatmates, sus compañeros de piso, her flatmates recommended she call the police. But she decided not to. She decided not to. She decided it was too early, too soon. But fortunately, it was the Christmas break. So she left for 3 weeks. She went to the Canary Islands with her parents for 2 weeks. And then the final week, the third week, she spent in Munich with her parents in their home. But then driving up, early this morning, driving up to Heidelberg from Munich to start her classes again in January, she kept thinking about Tom Sanders. I wonder if he's going to continue following me. I wonder if I'm going to have any problems. I wonder if he's still interested in me. I wonder. Claro, en español. I wonder. Se traduce como me pregunto si, pero soléis usar el futuro. For example, está en el coche pensando en, ¿seguirá detrás de mí? ¿Querrá que trabaje con él? ¿Me acosará? Usando el futuro como será, pasará esto. We say, I wonder. Not the future, I wonder. I wonder if he's, etc. But when she got to her flat in Heidelberg, her 2 flatmates were there. And they said, by the way, do you know the news? Have you heard? ¿Has oído la noticia? Have you heard? O sea, literalmente, ¿has oído? Heard what? Tom Sanders. What? What about him? What about Tom? He's in jail. What? He's in jail. Está en la cárcel. Bueno, en los calabozos de la ciudad de Heidelberg. Yes. She was glad to get away from Holland, but when she got back last night, she was worried, wondering if Tom Sanders would start following her again. Ya estoy con el texto. However, when she got to the flat, the first thing her flatmates told her was that Tom Sanders was in jail. Tom Sanders. The police had caught him looking in the windows at one of the girls' dormitories. Dormitory no es dormitorio. Dormitorio es residencia estudiantil. Yeah. So he was looking in the windows of one of the girls' dormitories next to the Heidelberg campus. Next to the campus. Paula's flatmates went on. Went on? Yeah, went on. Went on to tell her. Continuaron para decirle, siguieron para decirle. Yes. Paula's flatmates went on to tell her that Tom's picture had appeared with an article on the front page of the Heidelberg newspaper. Wow, on the front page, in primera página del periódico. Yes, with an article. His picture had appeared on the front page with an article. when the police took him into the police station, when the police took him, le llevaron dentro, o sea, dentro de la comisaría. When the police took him in, they contacted the U.S. consulate, the United States consulate, the American consulate, and learned. To learn aquí no es aprender. No es que aprendieran nada, se enteraron. And they learned that Tom Sanders had a criminal record in California. Records son antecedentes, en este caso criminales, penales. He had a criminal record in California. He had been arrested in California. He had been arrested several times. Había sido arrestado varias veces. He had been arrested several times for harassing female students at the University of San Diego State University. San Diego State University. He was considered dangerous, peligroso. He was considered dangerous. Paula couldn't believe her ears. What? She couldn't believe her ears. She had spent probably 100 hours with Tom. Qué peligro, ¿eh? 100 horas con un delincuente. She had spent almost 100 hours with Tom in his apartment. Yeah. He seemed like such a nice boy. Un chico majo, ¿no? He seemed like such a nice boy at first. But later, she began to see a few strange things in his character, en su carácter, su personalidad, in his character. Menos mal que el descanso navideño vino a tiempo. It's a good thing. It's a good thing the Christmas break arrived in time. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, it's a good thing, menos mal, it's a good thing. It's a good thing the Christmas break arrived in time. It's a good thing, too, that the police had caught him. It's a good thing, too, that the police had caught him, because otherwise, porque de otro modo, because otherwise, she might have had a bad experience. She might have had a bad experience. Yes, Paula. Paula might have had a bad experience. That's true. Paula. She's a nice girl. I can't imagine. She looks a little bit like you. Yeah. Marta and Paula look a bit alike. Yeah. Yes. But Paula doesn't have any children, and you have children. Eh? Paula's still single, and she doesn't have a boyfriend. Marta doesn't have a boyfriend either. She has a husband. So, but in any case, this is Paula. Paula Eisenbach. All right. Let's go on to our paragraphs. Our paragraphs. Okay, remember? Okay. Paragraph 36. How much time, Marta? How much time do we have? Oh, we have a lot of time. Okay, we're going to do paragraph number 36. And then free. You're free. I'll just talk to you. Not about Paula Eisenbach. But in any case, are you ready? Paragraph number 36. When you speak, if you don't want your listeners to think failure, avoid the word and any words implying chance or risk. You can always find positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them that it's a piece of dead cow. You understand? I like this one. You don't understand. Marta doesn't understand. All right. Esto es un consejo que estoy dando. When you speak, if you don't want your listener to think failure, avoid the word and any words implying chance or risk. You can always find positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them that it's a piece of dead cow. Yeah. All right. Still difficult. When you speak, If you don't want your listener to think failure, avoid the word and any words implying chance or risk. You can always find positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them it's a piece of dead cow. Okay. Can you imagine? Imagine. You're in a restaurant and the waiter brings, wow, chuletón. Wow. Okay. And another person says, hey, Richard, yeah, how's the meat? Really good. By the way, Richard, yeah, you know that is a piece of dead cow. Un trozo de vaca muerta. Yeah, okay. 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 You understand? So, if you want the people to enjoy the steak, I mean, if you're eating with, if you invite people to a restaurant, Jennifer and Paul, and they order, entrecôte and chuletón, and I'm paying, I'm inviting, okay? You don't say, hey, by the way, I do you like it? Don't forget that you're eating dead cow. Of course. If I want my friends to enjoy the meal, to enjoy the steak, I'm not going to remind them, porque es verdad que it's a piece of dead cow. I'm not going to remind them that it's a piece of dead cow. Now, of course, that's a radical example. But when you speak, if you don't want your listener, if you don't want the listener, el que te escuche, el oyente, escuchante, if you don't want the listener to think failure, fracaso, 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 don't mention the word, don't say the word failure, or any other words similar. Chance, el azar. Chance, además de oportunidad o posibilidades, el azar, chance, or risk, riesgo. Yes, there are always positive words to say the same thing. Okay, let's look at the paragraph. When you speak, if you don't want your listener to think failure, avoid the word. Evita la palabra. Fracaso, fracasar. Avoid the word. And any words implying, que impliquen, implicando, implying chance or risk. You can always find positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them that it's a piece of dead cow. Now, this is very true. This is very true. For example, if I want you to invest in a project with me, imagine I have a business idea. I have a fantastic business idea. Quiero que inviertas conmigo en mi idea de negocio. Se me han iluminado la bombilla. Okay, I have a business idea. Nos vamos a forrar. We're going to make a killing. We're going to make a killing. We're going to make a killing, eh? You and me. But invest with me. So, I'm going to give you a presentation about a business idea. Okay? Now, if I want you to invest, I'm not going to say negative words. Every word I say is going to be positive. This business idea is incredible. We are going to make a lot of money. Ahora bien, now, if I say the probability of success is much greater than the possibility of failure. Ya, he mencionado la palabra failure. And your brain, fail, 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 I'm sending a signal to your brain, to the back of your head, that possibility of failure. La probabilidad del éxito supera con creces la posibilidad del fracaso. Yes, the likelihood of success, the probability of success is much greater than the possibility of failure. Well, in this case, when you say the word failure, already you're sending a negative signal. And so you need to be careful. Always use positive words. So this paragraph, when you speak, If you don't want your listener to think failure, avoid the word. Avoid, to avoid. To avoid. Esquivar también es no solo evitar, esquivar o sortear is to avoid. To avoid. Avoid the word. And any words implying. And any words implying chance or risk. Claro, risk es riesgo. Risky, arriesgado. It's very risky. No. Invest in my project. Invest in my business idea. The probabilities of success are much greater than the possibility of failure. The risk is not very high. It's not risky. The chances, I would say the probability, the chances, chance, como sustantivo, chance is el azar. Chance. Yeah. What are the chances that we'll win? ¿Cuáles son las probabilidades de que ganemos? What are the chances? There's no chance. We don't stand a chance. No tenemos ni la más remota posibilidad de ganar. We don't stand a chance. Yes, chance. So avoid these type of words if you want to speak in a positive way. All right, so when you speak, if you don't want your listener to think failure, avoid the word and any words implicando, que conducen al pensar, implying chance or risk. You can always find positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them, ojo, no olvides, os recuerdo, by reminding them that it's a piece of dead cow. All right, so here we are. This is program, or this is class number 496. It's a lot of programs. Every program is 26 minutes. If you have just joined me, remember that on the internet, you can go into your computer and you can go to, you put RTV a la carta, or Vaughan, you write Vaughan, Vaughan, RTV a la carta. And then you have this program, plus all the previous programs, all the previous classes, back to class number 1, when I was teaching for beginners. A table, a chair, a pen, etc. A table, a camera. Is this a table? Yes, it is. Is this a telephone? Yes, it is. Is this a telephone? No, it's not. What is it? It's a pencil. Is it on the table? Yes, it is. Is it on the table now? No, it's not. Where is it? It's behind your ear. You remember? Well, if you don't remember, it means you didn't see it. And I recommend that you go back and review. Because remember, the things I'm talking about today in this class with Paula Eisenbach and think failure and risk implying, there are always positive words to say the same thing. You don't make people enjoy a steak by reminding them to remind. El verbo to remind is recordar uno para que ese uno no se olvide. To remind, te recuerdo que mañana I remind, pero usamos remind una vez cada 2 meses. Remember that. We use the verb to remind. Te recuerdo que once every 2 months. But we use the verb to use maybe 10 times a day. And we use the verb to be, I am, you are, he is, it's, 3 times a minute. So you need to prioritize your time and your effort in the basic elements of the language. In the basic elements. For speaking. For understanding, everything. But for speaking, focus 90% of your activity in the basic elements. Well, excuse me, borra. No. Olvida lo que acabo de decir. I said 90%. Spend 90% of your spoken work on the basic elements. In fact, spends in all of the 100% of the time you devote to English, spend 70% of that time for your ear to understand, understand. You think you understand. It's easy to understand me because I'm speaking too clearly. It's easy to understand me. It's not easy to understand in real situations. This is not a real situation. This is a teaching situation and learning situation. It's much easier. It's 3 times more difficult to understand in real life than to understand me here, or 10 times more difficult. So 70% of your time here, 29% with agility with the basic grammar, agilidad verbal, oral con la gramática básica, and 1% for the rest. Vocabulary, phrasal verbs for speaking. For understanding is everything. This is more important than this, always. So remember that the solution you have you have the solution, but it's here. See you tomorrow.